time. All right, Vic. Cannot do anything right. Well, there's some big black clouds blowing in from the west. I've been driving all day, Lord, I sure could use some rest. There's a motel up ahead where I can unwind, 'cause I sure love thunderstorms and neon signs. I grew up on the road from town to town. My daddy's line of work kept us moving around. I got fond memories of the way things were back then. The warmth of the neon when the bad storms moving in. Listening to the Opry in a small cafe. When we stopped to get a bite along the way. Whenever I hear the wheels begin to whine, it takes me back to another time. I got a real nice room with a radio and TV. This here motel living is the only life for me. And it looks like it's gonna be raining for quite some time. Lord, I sure love thunderstorms and neon signs. Lord, I sure love thunderstorms and neon signs. Oh, I should have gone for... Yeah. Oh, well. What's up, everybody? Yeah, I think that is Wayne Hancock. Pretty sure. Hank 3 covered it, but I prefer the original. What's up, everybody? Did I say that? I did say that. I said it twice last week, too. It's messed up. This is Dead Dodge Garage Live. The What Will I Buy Next? Sunday special. My sister was here first. Incline Blueberry Crisp. It's all right. Howdy, Rich Jordan. How's it going? McLuffin Garage. What did you buy now? No empty parking spaces are safe. No, not at all. My convertible is supposed to be sold. I've been waiting like 2.5 weeks for that guy to actually show up. Yesterday, he like slipped off his car trailer or something. He sent me a picture of his leg all messed up. So that's great. That's still here. One pretty serious person trying to buy the green truck, which is fine, I guess. I kind of wanted to do more with that, but you know, whatever. Don't care. I might buy a Challenger. Kelly Smith, how's it going? Rocket Tom is here. I assume a good few of you saw Tom's 70 Charger RT video. There will definitely be videos coming in the future as we piece that thing back together. Oh, come on. Excuse me. I left my hat out in the shop. Haven't been wearing a hat. Glenn Uromi, what is happening? Josh Jesh, good evening from Southwest North Dakota. From the Jesh twins. How's it going? Old Plymouth Garage, good evening. BCC Photech actually made it on time. Even more on time than I did. All Classics Restoration, how's it going? Stage Zero, Jason. Robert Fitch is here. Paul Steinberg, how's it going? Vic went to get Foggy some coffee. Jeff Militich, how are you doing? David Bisnett, how's the Fury holding up for Colin and Company? Good, actually. I can give you some updates. They were at the Cars and Coffee in Plymouth, Massachusetts this morning. Oh, I got a picture somewhere. Come on. Sent over a bunch of them. Apparently, a guy named Steve dropped a comment on the one video where we announced his road trip or whatever. And he was the one that said, hey, you should come to the Cars and Coffee here. So he did. Anyway, well, here's a 68 Charger that was there. That's cool. I like 68 Chargers. Steve has a cool pink Duster. It appears to be a Twister that has had some power upgrades. That's sweet. There were like multiple Vipers there too, which is cool. Oh, there's Henry with the Duster Twister. Nice. There's Tom's Charger. Almost. Henry's favorite car at the meet. Is it really small or very far away? Anyway, pretty cool. But yeah, he also has been like seeing the sights. There's some good ones. Hold on. He's been all kinds of places. Let's see. Well, he didn't get to lick the Liberty Bell because the museum was closed. But there's the Fury with the SS United States, which is amazing. If you don't know anything about the SS United States, it was the fastest ocean liner ever built. Pretty cool. Let's see. Somewhere here. There we go. Yeah. Picture of the Fury with the Washington Monument. Wow. Anyway, yeah, so he's in Massachusetts. No, wait, hold on. He's in Maine now. Yeah, he's in Maine. And I'm assuming that was the last state, and I think he'll be heading back now. But I don't know. I think I said hi to Paul Steinberg, who says hello from Canada. Anyway, yeah, Fury's been holding up great ever since the whole transmission debacle. Glenn said, hey, Jamie, good to see you. Good to see you too, Glenn. Great videos this week. Glad you survived the flatbed. Yes, thank you. Me too. Needs breaks. We'll get there. Stephen Andrews, how you doing? Empire Rust is here. David Biznett says, toolbox charger looking good. Yeah, it is. I'm impressed with that thing. Dalton Sparks, how you doing? See Story. Daryl, hello from Detroit. How's it going, Daryl? Donnie is here, but at work. My sister reminds him that this is work. James Ashebrander, how you doing? Mostly Mopar. Toolbox charger video is awesome. Thank you. I was, I got to be honest, while I was, making it and then editing it, I didn't know if it was going to be any good. But it's number 3 out of the last 10. I'm happy with that. Stone Soup's right at the top, then the blue truck, and then Toolbox. And then it's a good gap to number 4. So, yeah, it's a cool car. I like it a lot. I just like the simplicity, Yeah. Oh, and speaking of Stone Soup, I happen to have the second Stone Soup decal in existence. No idea what I'm going to do with it. Anyway. There will be another Stone Soup video coming. I'm going to be here all this week, so I'm going to do a lot of things probably, and that will be one of them. Yeah, Paul Steinberg says, Toolbox is looking very fine. Dwayne Paget says, charge! On it. Classic Dude Mike, how you doing? Classic Dude Mike keeps sending me tracks on Facebook. Stacy, what is up? We are the new Mr. Charger. Huffy Turns a Wrench is here. Hello, my first live. Welcome. Thanks for being here. I saw and I think responded to one of your comments earlier this same day. Scott Smith, how you doing? Coors Light and tacos. What's for dinner? We're either having carnitas burritos or something else. Oh, Scott Sullivan saw him live. Nice. Wayne Hancock, that is. Very cool. Cheers, all classics. And everybody else who's still playing the Dead Dodge Garage drinking game. Brad's Restorations. Colin and crew look like they're having fun. Yeah, seems like it's pretty smooth sailing now. Oh, no, I've never been to Nashville yet. Cypher F, how's it going? Howdy, Alan. How you doing? Marty from St. Augustine with the 71B says hi. Nice. Jealous. Have you hugged your charger today? Not today. Yesterday, yes. Steve Ferozzi, you're the guy I was just talking about, I think. I'm not very good with names or remembering things, but you're the one that owns that Sweet Twister, right? Yeah, he's Colin's he's all right. Yeah, really cool. Looked like a fun time there. We don't have a Cars and Coffee here. And if we did, wouldn't be many Mopars there. Just us. Remind me to play one more cup of coffee later. If your drink has alcohol in it, it can't be that bad. Yep. Yeah, that 70 Charger will be very good to watch being reassembled. Oh, I agree. I'm looking forward to it. It's kind of been in the works for a while. Now that it's real, it's like, wow. Pretty sweet. Rick Stotts. Hey there. Happy Sunday. You wouldn't happen to have an auxiliary tank selector switch for a 79 W150. It's a 2-position push-pull switch. I don't. I've never seen one ever. The only dual tank setups I have experience with are converted to use the Chevy style, because that's like the generic, that's just what you can get now is the Chevy valves and switches. So, yeah. Crashes Roadrunner Garage says you got to hit the like button after that performance. So thank you for that. And please do. Nice. Cypher bought a W150 Royal. Nice. Slant 6, 4-speed granny with a 205. Oh, that is sick. Nicely done. Bill James says, really like what you're doing with the toolbox charger. Bumpers look so much better in the channel. Yeah, couldn't agree more. I steered him that way. I knew we needed to do that because, we had the opportunity. We didn't have the plastics and stuff. Anyway, we had some of it, but it looked like crap. And I was just like, screw that. Let's fix it. All right. Dang it. What's your handle? Rust. Damn it. Like I said, super bad with names and remembering things. Empire Rust. Anyway, just sent me this. The family truckster, I guess. Dave LA says hello from Minnesota. How you doing, Dave? Oh, Dead Dodge brother himself is in the house, so he heard all the nice things I said about him. They're in Maine. They should run up to Nova Scotia and see Bad Chad. Well, I don't think he knows who we are, and also, I don't know if they have their papers in order. Bigfoots and Mopars, how's it going? Hey, if you're just dropping in, you should hit the like button because it does stuff for the thing with the deal. Yeah, I think brakes on that one, in that case, are important. If it didn't have the extra weight of a car on the bed, maybe it'd be fine. But when you're 11,000 pounds and you could kill people, yeah, you need to have brakes. Old Iron is here. How's it going? Don't forget the like button. It does special things. Thanks, Cart70. Appreciate that. Special things. Stage Zero Garage. So Charger isn't yours? You got a toolbox for it? No. It was us that wanted to buy a Caravan from him. Okay, so here's what happened. That car was listed on Facebook Marketplace in like January or February of whatever year I started the channel. Well, I started it like right the day after Christmas was my first real video. So anyway, the first full year, 2022, that was on Facebook. And I think it said possible trades or whatever. And he didn't want a lot of money for it. I think he was asking like $3,500. So I messaged him and said, hey, listen, I'd love to have that. Those cars are my specialty. You said maybe trades. I've got a nice Matco roll around toolbox. I have some other tools and things, I can't swing it cash right now, but man, I'd love to have that car. And he said, cool. I could use a good toolbox. So if you go back, I actually have a playlist of the Toolbox Charger videos on my channel. And so you could go back and see that. And I explained the whole story. It was pretty early on, so I don't know if the videos are really all that great. It's not that it was super far off from what I'm doing now, but in the early ones, you couldn't really hear me talk. So that's a problem. Anyway, I traded my old Matco toolbox for it. I already had a new one that I used for my business. That was my home box. So I traded that and like a planer for it. And yeah, I got the car. I started boogering it together. I spray painted it flat black. I'm going to make this a car because it was all ripped apart. That thing people always do. total basket case. And then, well, I wanted to buy a 68 Charger. It kind of looked like this, you know, looked like this, but big. And so at that time, I decided that a lot of things were extra, and the toolbox charger was one of those things. Yeah, it was pretty much the first like build that I had for the channel, you know, and I made some progress on it and things. I always wanted to put a blower on it. That was my plan. Wasn't ever going to put that beat up hood back on it. I was going to put a blower on it. But obviously that never happened. I had the blower kit in my cart on my phone, just waiting. As soon as I find $5,000, I'm going to order the blower kit. I'm going to put it on this 440 I got, and it's going to be a party. And it never happened, you know, like many other things that I want to do. But anyway, yeah. So I sold it to Tracy, and for what I got for it, I said, I will help you with the mechanicals. I'll get the engine in it running, you know. And it just, I didn't realize the level to which we were going to be building the car. And so I ended up helping him restore it. And it's been here for 2 years in my way, in pieces, and it's now finally a car again, and it's awesome. So we've been making a lot of progress. It was super slow this last winter. We kind of just didn't touch it. So anyway, yeah, and I'm not charging him very much. I am charging him, but it's like a few bucks here and there. He does most of the work. I help out with mechanicals, basically. But I let him lead the charge. So he did a lot of it. He's got a lot of sweat equity in that car and a lot of money because he just bought everything he needed. Classic Industries. He's got them on speed dial. So anyway, not mine anymore. No. And I've explained that in previous videos. I did in today's video. I referenced several times him, or even said Tracy's name. Like, you know, he spent a lot of money on it and this and that. And apparently it still wasn't necessarily 100% clear because Vic also messaged me and said he wanted to do a toolbox charger. And I was like, that's awesome. But remember, it's not my car. So anyway, yeah, good times. Someday, I want another one, and I want it to have the triple opera windows, and it'll have this stance, and it'll have a blown 440, and it will be a real life Roger Dodger clone. Did David Dobbar? I don't know. I apologize. But anyway, hello. Just finished watching your toolbox charger vid. Very cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, all the Minnesota guys are here. How's it going, Rooster? Steve Siebold wants to know, have you ever experimented with any of the performance HEI modules? For example, MSD makes one. No, I have not. And I've seen them. I'm sure Excel has one too. I'm pretty sure I've seen that. I always just get the cheapest, crappiest one known to man. And a performance one would probably be a better move, you know. But never have. John Mullins, I've always been into the 68 to 70 Chargers, but the 73 and 4s are growing on me. That's what happened to me. Front end always looks so long. I'm like you. I prefer the Plymouth-looking rear sign glass. Never cared for the 71 too. No, me neither. My first Charger was a 71 Charger, and it was cool. I liked it, but I just always thought that back side window was awkward looking, and you know. And obviously at that time, I didn't quite have the same appreciation. I wanted a 68, couldn't get one. 71's what I could get, so I did. Then I had a 74. Then I had a 73. Then I think there was another one in there because I swear I've had 5 of them. But maybe it's only 4. Maybe the toolbox was number 4. But anyway, yeah, I think the 73-4 is better. But you got to fix the bumper thing. And, you know, it doesn't need to have the big rubber safety thingies on it. It doesn't need to have a smog engine. It, you know, you can make it what you want. And I saw a comment. I think I missed one. Yeah, Scott Smith, toolbox video was sweet and loved the idea of just build it like you want it. Exactly. I think that is where those cars really shine. It's a great looking design. It was too late for great muscle car engines and great muscle car options, but it's a cool looking car. And if you fix that ugly, you know, mid 70s thing, the spaced out bumpers, you got something, I think. Yeah. Indirect connection. What's going on? Andy says lots of 73-4s out there with 71-2 grills, and I see why now. Yeah, the 73-4 grill, I don't mind it that much, but especially if you're moving the bumpers in, they're not going to fit right anymore. So Yeah. The family Zapster. Nice. Very nice. Glenn Yeromi, great info on the Charger needing the top bolt in the turn signal in the front. And that's all Chargers 68 to 74 at least. And all Challengers as well. Yeah, Challengers, because they're in the Valence as well. So they need that top screw or you won't have a ground. Is there anything similar for the taillights? No, the taillights ground through their fasteners. So yeah. Actually, I didn't really, I sort of mentioned it. We've got a bad ground on the rear left. I guess I did do a couple clips about it. I haven't fixed it yet, but on the toolbox, the rear leftmost blinker tail has a bad ground. So obviously, as you can see, the other bulb works. So the housing's fine. The housing ground works. It's just in that one socket. Flaco the Skinny Kid is here and says, hey, from PA. It's actually warm today. It was nice today. We finished our painting project out on the deck. It was a little cool. Bit of a breeze, though. Minnesota is the capital of rust. Yeah. Classic Dude Mike's 80 Dodge had dual tanks, which never worked. Yeah. That's been my experience with most dual tank systems. Nice. Stage 0 Jason pulled the Aspen out of storage today. Mustang too, but we only care about the Aspen. Don't take this personally. We barely care about the Aspen. It is a very clean car, though. Nice. David had 73 Roadrunner that I fixed the bumpers like you did. Nice. That was done in the 80s. Looked cool. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, you would have just ovaled the holes on that one because there's no... And again, it's the late B, so yeah. Yeah. See, that design, of course, is totally different. The 73.4 B-body two-door is totally different than the 71.2, so you can't reuse the older grills on those. You're stuck with that. But yeah, you can move the bumper in by modifying the brackets. Yes, I've watched Rooster's Hemi Ram falling apart in the driveway. Ain't good. Evan Paints is here and says, howdy. Is there any advice on timing you could give if I don't have a timing light? I made a video called The 5-Minute Fix. Watch that video, and I explain what I do to set timing with no timing light. And it's pretty simple. I kind of just set it by ear, and then I listen for pinging because that's where you're going to run into issues. But yeah, it takes some experience to develop the ear for it, but that's usually how I do it. For a performance engine, I get out the dial back light. I like that 440 on the Charger. We're going to do a recurve on that distributor. We're going to get that thing running right. And I'm not just going to wing the distributor and send it out the door. We'll do an actual curve on that. But, crappy 318 car, slant 6, I tune them by ear. Huffy turns a wrench. Hasn't wrenched on cars professionally since the 80s. Feeling proud of rebuilding a Ross steering box and transmission on my 48 Willis Jeep. Nice. Very cool. I want to get one of those. I really want a flat fender in my life one of these years. Old Iron. I sound like a dum-dum, but my D100 won't get past 65-ish. Doesn't act like it's at red line. Is the slant just that tired? Well, I don't know. I kind of doubt it. I mean, I doubt it, but I don't know. I mean, I don't suppose you have a tachometer in that car, or truck, so you can see, test the RPM range, power production of the engine in different gears, because maybe you have a weird ignition problem that's creating an artificial red line, where the engine just won't rev past a certain point. I've seen that with bad condensers in the past. I have a similar issue going on the Stone Soup on the Lancer, where it'll rev up and then it just won't pass this certain point. So I'm going to be changing out ignition components, giving it a tune-up of sorts. The least amount of tune-up I can do to get it to run okay. Yeah. David said your gearing could be too low. I mean, yes, it's possible. You could be running out of poop, but I don't know. You could have a mechanical issue. Tuning issue anyway. Ignition, fuel, etc. Mad Brax. Hi, Jamie. Braxton from Mississippi. Hi, Braxton. Currently shopping 3rd-gen Chargers. I came across one with a rack and pinion steering conversion. What is your opinion on this mod? I ain't like it. If it was well done and the steering setup is actually decent, okay. I mean, as John Stein points out in a comment, it's rack and pinion is great. It's just when it gets hacked into these cars, how well was it done? How is it mounted in there? Did they actually do calculations for bump steer? Is the rack the right length, width, that is? What's the geometry like? How's the setup? I'm not there looking at it. And even if I was, I'm not even necessarily that good at that sort of thing. Don't ask me to rack and pinion swap your car because I won't. I like these things in their stock configuration. I understand the allure of upgrading the steering. Rack and pinion isn't the way I would do it. Having said that, if it's done nicely, if it's not going to kill you, if they used correct pieces that actually fit on the car and it handles nicely, that's a fine thing. But that's a big ask, make sure it was done well. Aven, what is happening? Sup, nerds? Howdy, Ray. How you doing? Nolan, hello, B-body people. Hey, some of us are A-body people. ¿Por qué no los dos? Tom is definitely going down to Spring Fling. I am not. On Classics Restoration, what is the name of the company you got that front end alignment tool from? Quick Trick. The little hand alignment toolkit is a Quick Trick. Now I also have a whatchamahoosit alignment machine. It's not Mitchell. It's nope, don't remember. But yeah, Quick Trick. That is really annoying. Can you actually tag back? Because I'm not. I don't know if I don't know. I've never figured out how to tag people in chat. Oh boy, Dave LA. I was honing my 5.9 and found about an inch-long crack near the top of number 1. Have you seen many cracked Magnum blocks? Super bummed about it. Ooh, that sucks. No, I haven't. I've seen pictures of one that had little cracks coming out from one head bolt into water, both directions. Yeah, that was a Magnum. But that's the only one. I've never seen one. Well, I should... Okay, I have seen a cracked Magnum block, but that's because it was full of water and it had freeze cracks everywhere. Like it blew out both sides of the block, and someone fixed it with JB Weld, and then they just gave up. And I actually got that engine running, which was fun. We put water in it, and it just poured right out the bottom. So okay, forget it. And later, when we opened it up, we realized it was cracked inside too, like really, really bad. It was so cool. Other than that, no, I've never seen a cracked Magnum. Oh, I was going to say, Don's Journey's got a question about Charger interior space. But I was going to respond to that comment earlier about how the nose on the 73, the later Charger, John Mullins, the front end always looks so long. It's an illusion. You saw that shot of where I parked mine, the 68 and 73 next to each other. The hoods are almost exactly the same length. The 73 might be a couple inches longer. I thought it was way longer too, but it's actually not. Now the windshield is raked back at a more serious angle. So maybe that's what makes it look longer. I don't know. That's got to be a factor. But yeah, they're really not that different. And, and a follow-up to that point, Don's Journey wanted to know which Charger has more interior head and leg room for taller drivers. I don't know that there's a big difference there. I have a feeling the 73 roofline might be lower to match that windshield angle. I don't know. I haven't measured. Of course, the windshield itself is longer as well. I just say, it looks like a lower, sleeker car. Whether it actually is, I don't know. I'm 6 feet-ish tall. I fit in both. I haven't noticed either being, better or worse. Legroom is no problem in any B-body. I can't say I have noticed any difference. Linda Santomo, great video on 73 Charger. Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, Classic Dude Mike had a 73 Dart with the 318. I'd still have it if it wasn't for the stupid safety bumpers. Hated those. Yeah. 74 is even worse. John Donati is here and says, good evening, Jamie. Love the video on the 73. My 73 Rally doesn't have hideaway headlights, but it does have a factory luggage rack. That is cool. If you guys don't know, that is a 73 Rally right there. It's got the side stripe, which is really cool. I love that look. I've mentioned this before while looking at a picture of this very car, but one of my secret fantasy Mopars is a yellow 73 Rally with the black side stripe and a black final top. I didn't even know there was a luggage rack available on those. So that's really cool. As you probably know, John, the hideaway headlights were not available anymore in 73. The last year was 72, but you can adapt them as we did. It was easier than I thought, and I haven't wired it yet, but the wiring is also easier than I thought, much easier than the earlier, like the 66 with electric motors. Nolan says, I have a special place in my heart for 73 Mopars. You know, I had a 73 Swinger, and I loved that car. And the 73 Charger, I like it too. You know, like I said to someone else in the comments today, it's not that the 73 Charger is on my short list, because it's not. You know, there are a handful of other Mopars I would own long before that, but it's a very good-looking car, and I think they're really cool. Richard Stanberry, what is your opinion, memories, funny stories concerning the Omni Turismo platform of cars? Are they worth restoring to drive? I don't know a damn thing about them. And I'm some Mopar guy I am, because I've never had a K car. I got nothing. David, yes, I'm well familiar with what Wildcat has. We already sourced all that. We actually ended up getting it from Mopar City. And it works. Just haven't wired it yet. 78.9. Gotcha. Okay. Lovejoy says, sorry I'm late. Having a tough week, but 390 subscribers. We're getting there. Why is the sun still up there? Because you're in the wrong place. Yes, I was going to say, I thought you were going as well. Gary Hergert says, Rocket Resto and I will be at Spring Fling next weekend, vending in the swap meet. So, yeah, if you guys are going to Spring Fling, you can meet the Hergerts. And I bet Evan's going too. I assume Evan's going. Oh. 1,200? That can't be right. You're not going anywhere at 1,200 RPM. I'd be curious to know more. You could email me a driving video. That might be cool. You know, or an engine revving video, or both. deaddodgegarage@gmail.com, and I'll take a look for you. Lovejoy got sacked Friday morning so they could replace him with a student. That's terrible. Just terrible. But the good news is you've got skills, and I'm sure you'll be able to find something. Guys that do that kind of stuff, always in demand. Rack and pinion is great until it leaks. Well, Kelly Smith, the conventional steering leaks too. And it sucks. Todd Denio is late, but made it. Welcome, Todd. How's it going? McLovin Garage. I like that Bolt Master kit Tom showed in his video. Wasn't aware of that product. Me neither. Oh, the Bolt AMK. Sorry, I was thinking of today's video. I was trying to think of what you could be talking about. Yes, they do. Yes, good stuff. A Cardiac just installed a Borgeson power steering box. Yeah, if I wanted the best steering I could get in my classic Mopar, a Borgeson box is what I would get. A firm feel works well too, and they look factory. I like factory, so that's the one for me. But the Borgeson's great. Yes, 66 Dart is an A body. That is what I refer to as the early A body. It's not the early A body, but they're still skinnier and don't fit V8s very well. It's the same family as the 62, 66 Valiant early cars, or the Lance, or whatever. Yeah. It's the A-body platform, compact A-body platform. Rooster ran to the store. Might check back later. If not, take care, Mopar folks. See you, Rooster. Big Wrench Donnie, our very own mod, says, speaking of 5.9 Magnums, I was informed the exhaust manifolds are different than the LA. I'm not exactly sure if that's true. They are different, but they're interchangeable. And Donnie also sent me a clip. Incredible. When he says he's at work, that's what he means. Yes, they are different. But you can use the Magnum manifolds on an LA as a nice performance upgrade, and you can plug the Magnums into the LA manifolds. In Mike's 64 Dart, you saw that when we painted the Barracuda. He's got Magnum heads, but early A-body V8 manifolds, and that's like similar to what I did in the convertible. Not a great idea, but it works. It works fine. Dude, the new YouTube layout is stupid and I hate it. I'll have my people call their people. Yeah, definitely, for sure. The late B, there's no bracket to just make it happen. And it's not as easy as what I did, ovaling out the holes on the brackets because the shocks are in there. But yeah, it could be done. It could be done, but it's a lot of work. And the thing on the Charger is that body, and the reason the bumper thing makes sense is because, excuse me, that body was designed at a time when the bumpers were moved in, and then moving the bumpers out was an afterthought. So if you just rethink the afterthought, you can fix it. On the later cars, it's just a lot more work and it's not as natural of a move. Yeah, cool. Oh, okay, cool. Interesting. A friend of mine's building a custom Daytona using the 3rd gen hood. Nice. Yes, they are about the same length. Like I say, I showed that in my video today. It surprised me. I thought the 3rd gen was much longer, and it's not. Classic Dude Mike, ever crack open a vintage Mopar starter? The brush retaining reinstallation tool stays in the housing forever. Wow. No, I haven't. Never have yet. 71 to 74 is 2 inches shorter than 2nd gen. Interesting. Must all be in the back because the nose is about the same. I lined up the windshields on those two cars. Yeah. It just looks longer, and I think it's because the roofline appears lower. Again, whether it actually is or not, I don't know. But it just looks like a longer car. And when you take the rubber baby buggy bumpers or whatever into account, then it's longer. Sreeve Dugan. 360 engines and A-bodies, 73 Scamp, 66 Valiant. Are the engines any good? 360s are great. They're awesome. I love them. Good stuff. AMC guy had a 71 Swinger with this slant. Loved the car, hated the engine. How dare you, sir? I've had some really crappy slants. I've had a couple great ones, but I've had some really crappy ones. Yeah, the Omni, I don't know anything about the... Now I have to look it up. I thought they were on the K platform too. Manufactured, marketed by Chrysler, Omni and Horizon, first front-wheel drive economy cars assembled in the United States. Model line originated from a design of Chrysler Europe. Chrysler Europe, Chrysler Alpine. Engineering work in France. Oh, Chrysler Europe was sold to Peugeot. I didn't know that. Very interesting. And then Chrysler Europe died. Shocking. There was a Volkswagen manual used in them, a Simca engine, a Volkswagen engine, and then the K engine. Platform L body. L platform. Omni 024, Rampage Charger, Horizon, Turismo. Apparently that L platform dates way back. It's a Simca, loosely based on the Simca 1100 platform. So no, not Volkswagen, but they did use a Volkswagen drivetrain in some models, some years. No idea. Got nothing. But that would be the Volkswagen relation there. According to Wikipedia, that could obviously all be wrong. That's the thing that happens. Oh, man, I wanted that car. I never in a Brazilian years would have given you $7,500 for it, but that car was sweet. Congratulations. But yeah, I think so too. And I want one. Like I told you, I do want one. Todd Denio used to have a 72 Charger Rally, 344 speed, Hemi orange, white half top, black interior. That sounds cool. That sounds really cool. They're not K cars, but they did use that engine apparently. Not K cars. L cars, whatever that means. Todd Denio also had a 71 Swinger 318 auto. Mine was a 70 318 auto. Had a bunch of engines in it. Ended up with a 4-speed, bucket seats. Should have kept that one. Oh well. Wow. Bigfoots and Mopars. Buddy in high school wrapped his 74 Charger around a pole doing donuts in the snow. His dad gave him a 4-door LeBaron K car as punishment. It's so good. No beret. I'm so glad I made it. That truck death wobble. I read your comment. There is no track bar. There's no track bar. That generation of truck does not have a track bar. It is not a solid axle. It does not have a track bar. It's also 2-wheel drive, not 4-wheel drive. First gens 4-wheel drive are leaf sprung. They do not have a track bar. I am familiar with the track bar issue in the second generation truck. I had a guy roll in who said this truck just death wobbled on me so bad on the Westport Highway, I thought I was going to die. And he rolled in and I was looking at it. And I looked up at the track bar and just something looked a little weird. And I noticed he had big tires on it and one was sticking significantly farther out from the fender. And so I went to the truck and I pushed it and it moved 1.5 inches over his tires side to side. It was amazing. We changed the whole track bar. It was the joint actually. But yeah, I saw your comment and I responded to it there. They don't have that. It's a coil sprung control arm setup. And it may well need a ball joint. It may well need control arm bushings. If you saw the shot of the white truck, I showed the white truck. I shook the wheel on that one. The control arm bushings are just like gone. You can move the top of the tire in and out 1 inch or more. It's so bad. Huh. Old iron. My grandpa bought an Omni in 78, had a fuel delivery issue. They were about to trade it in for a Plymouth Horizon in 79 when he crashed it on the way to do the paperwork. Yes, thank you. I've been corrected. They're L bodies. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't do it intentionally. But if it's there, I've had cars with modifications that I didn't necessarily like, but if it's well done and it works, it's fine. It's fine. But I would want to make sure. I would want to be very sure of that. And it sucks that it's 5 states away because it's kind of hard to just pop over and drive it. Yep. Sorry, guys. I can't commiserate because I've never been fired. No, never. Apologies. Probably should have been. But yeah, I also went out on my own and have not looked back. And I'm still on my own, mostly, although, of course, I work for Tom. But I'm still, I'm in charge of my own destiny there for legal reasons and tax reasons. Anyway. Did the LeBaron K have the sweet crushed velour seats with Dorito and coffee stains? I would have to. It would have to. Ah, bummer. Yeah, that 360, the Ada lifter, it was brand new. Anyway, shipped back for another rebuild. Well, that sucks. Classic Dude Mike. Remember the goofy K-car convertible with the fake wood all over it? I've never seen one of those convert. Well, I have, actually. I've seen one. I've driven a town and country wagon with the woody sides. And now DeBoss Garage is doing one that looks exactly like the one I've worked on. John Stein has the actual Daytona from Joe Dirt. That's amazing. Trying to make it to Spring Fling. Do it! Awesome. Okay, Old Iron. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for it. Larry Pollard is 33 minutes late, but here now. How you doing, Larry? 73 Charger, yellow with black stripes, possibly not a rally. Best steering modification is a bigger sway bar. Of course. But that doesn't improve the steering feel. And the power steering box feel, the factory power steering box feel is, yeah, it's just, I don't like it. On the toolbox, it's the one thing I'll say is I got the power steering working. It wasn't working before, and I went to turn it, and it was like, oh yeah, it works now, and it feels like nothing. Yeah. So yeah, I like the firm feel deal, really do. But yes, the best handling modification, bigger sway bar. CJM, a little late myself here. Appears I am about 5 minutes behind you. Well, now I'm about 9 minutes behind you, so. Talbot Peugeot, yes. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Not a Volkswagen, but European nonetheless. Nice. J-Ray 1776. My brother came to help me swap disc brakes on my 72 Dart. The whole front suspension is off now. It has no brakes. Help. What do you want me to do? I mean, put the front suspension back on and then hook the brakes up and bleed them. I don't know what you want me to do. No, not a fan at all. Not a fan at all. Basically doing the Windows 8 thing, forcing tablet UI on the desktop. I just don't like it at all. It was so much better before. Ray, was there scoops on the door on the 70 RT Charger? Yes. Nice. Yeah. Listen, I didn't say that the Omni was a K car, but I strongly implied it. I left myself plausible deniability. You can rewind and hear that. I didn't say. I said I've never even touched one of those, and I've never even owned a K car. Tone, whatever. Anyway, it's fine. The K platform was a revised Omni, which drew heavily from the Rabbit. I'll take your word on that. Wow. Functional Histories had a mid-80s Duster. Gross. Brian Connor, what is the difference between an F body and an A body? I saw a 78 Aspen wagon and thought, ooh. I saw a 78 Town and Country, I think it is, wagon at Sunbust. And it was actually kind of neat. Anyway, the difference between the F body and the A body is kind of a lot, but kind of also not. They're like the spiritual successors to the A body, The suspension is different, but also similar. Nice. The torsion bars run side to side in the F body, so they're very different in that regard. The suspension, the spindles and the brakes and control arms and stuff are very similar. Not the same, but very similar. The brakes can be used. The spindles are different, but they can be used too. There's a lot there that an A-body guy would go, oh yeah, okay, this looks familiar. But they're not exactly the same. I believe the wheelbase is shorter, although I can't remember exactly what it is. I mean, again, they filled a very similar role in the lineup. They were cheaper to produce. That was what was important. The firewall, hood hinge, all that kind of stuff is actually a lot closer to a late B body than it is to the outgoing A body. Not that it's the same, but it's a lot closer in design. And I think they have the wipers are under the hood like the B and E body. There's a bunch of stuff. There's a lot of family resemblance and similarities and stuff, but they are a totally different platform. I got a $20 super chat from Michael Prusi. Thank you for all your videos. I'm an R-body aficionado. Really? You don't meet many of those. Thank you very much, Michael. Appreciate that. Yeah, haven't had any R-bodies around here. I've gotten to the late B. That's as far as I've gotten. Yeah. Well, again, no Barrett, no track bar, but it's not a solid axle. It's an independent coil spring suspension. There's nowhere for a track bar to go. Dalton Sparks. On a newer note, I'm looking at a Chrysler minivan that has a 3.6. I've heard horror stories, but you said you liked it. Anything I should look out for? What year? The first couple of years of the 3.6 apparently had cylinder head failure issues. I don't know if it was oiling or what it was. I can't remember. I don't think they cracked and ate coolant. I think they had a weird oiling problem. Not totally sure. The biggest issues are the oil cooler. It lives underneath the intake manifold. The plastic intake manifold is up on top. There is an upgraded all aluminum one that's available from Dorman now. So if that becomes a problem on that, put the Dorman one in it and you will be good forever. If you put a factory one in it, you'll be doing it again. Happened to me on my 2014 Ram with a V6 and a Jeep. I've done at least a few of them twice. So get the all aluminum one. It's way better. The other issue is rockers or cam followers. They have bearings in them, roller bearings. The bearings fail. And when they fail, they start to eat away at the camshaft. So it turns into a tick. And before too long, it turns into something major. Now, I've replaced cams in those engines without removing the engines, without removing the heads, without actually pulling the timing cover. It can be done. It sucks, but it can be done. I've done a lot of rocker arms. In fact, I still have some rocker arms for the next time it happens. They were like $4 a piece from the Dodge dealer. And I was like, dude, give me like 10 of them. So yeah, I still have them. Even though I haven't touched one of those in years at this point, which I'm happy about. So yeah, there are your horror stories. Now, the first couple years of the 3.6 again, 2011. So that is an early one, could have the cylinder head issue. I think those issues got better as time went on. I've never had to deal with it. I've just heard that it was relatively common. So yeah, you should look out for ticking noises, an oil or coolant smell on your test drive, a low coolant level. And beyond that, I think they're a damn decent engine. They're kind of complex. They're a little goofy. There is more that could go wrong, but I don't think it usually does. And the 3.6 makes great power. It weighs almost nothing. They make decent fuel economy. The car I alluded to potentially buying next has a 3.6 in it, and that is why I want it. I don't want a Hemi. I want the 3.6. 300 horsepower, mid-20s MPGs in a car. I think it's a good deal. So, yeah, if I had to get a minivan, that's what I'd get. I'd suck it up and buy a Chrysler Town and Country. So, yeah. AMC guy says there was an 84 turbo Daytona at the Portland swap meet, $6,500. Wow. Nice. Yeah, cool. Really? Fourth was OD. That is an 833. I refer to that as a 4-speed. People want to call that a 3-speed overdrive, but it's not like the old school 3-speed with an overdrive on the back. It is a 4-speed transmission that has an overdrive gear. So anyway, so that's an 833, and they do have a synchronized first gear. It is synchronized. The heavy truck 4-speed, the 435, does not have a synchronized first gear. And it has no overdrive. So if it was the 435 with no synchro, no overdrive. If it was a half ton, it could have had the 833. I'm not sure what year they started doing that, but I think 80 could have had one. And it would have been a 833 OD with the synchronized first. But anyway, Classic Dude Mike said, the slant I put in my 80 Dodge pickup was amazing. Came out of a Volare. The later ones seem to be the best. My Volare runs on 5 cylinders, so it's not the best. I had a guy that was all gung-ho about buying that. He was supposed to be here today. He backed out. And I'm glad he backed out because I just got a set of 29-inch Swampers. So I got some plans. Wicked plans. Yeah, good times. It still only runs on 5 cylinders and has a slipping clutch, but that doesn't matter. None of that matters. Anyway, yeah, the late slants have been the best in my experience. The hydraulic cam lightweight ones, they're awesome engines. Depending on the year of that Volare, it could have been the lightened one. That might explain it. Edward Poe had an 89 Daytona Turbo Z that was a fast, fun-to-drive car. Would absolutely smoke Camaros. Yeah, they're cool. I think they're cool. Really do. Nice. Oh, wow. AMC guy will be using the funds to paint an 88. That would be a D150. There was no 100 anymore then. Do suspension on my 73 Javelin, and who knows what else. Hate to see the car go, but love to move forward on other stuff. That was me with my 48 Power Wagon. It sucks. I love that thing. It was sad to see it go, but it went to a great home. Dude's having a great time with it. And that money solved a lot of problems for me. It paid off a bunch of debts, bought $2,000 worth of charger sheet metal, bought a truck, Probably buying another truck. You know, squirreled money away for taxes that I still haven't paid. Don't want to talk about it. Yeah, good times. It's just sometimes they have to leave. It is what it is. Ray, was there the Mopar M on the quarter panel? No. No. No, DeBoss hasn't put a Hemi in a K-car wagon yet, but he's going to. Well, I didn't get to the end of the video, but I don't. He didn't. He hasn't. It hasn't happened yet. It said it in the thumbnail, but as far as I know, it's not done. Stole your thunder. That'll teach you. Oh wow, McLovin Garage in high school and college. I had a '66 Belvedere 2-door. Had an '89 Dodge Spirit 4-door that was my daily. Couldn't afford to drive the Belvedere. Yeah. Should have been fired by who or whom? When I worked at O'Reilly, we used an old school ream printer to print the daily paperwork, and I might have allegedly thrown that thing maybe twice. Younger Jamie was a bit of a different animal. Straight up different dude. Don't know that guy. I wouldn't trust him. But anyway, you know, I've done some dumb stuff. Yeah. Oh, no. I wouldn't. I had my own business when my daughter was coming, and I went back to work at O'Reilly. And like 6 months later, I threw that printer. And like a year later, I was able to quit again. But yeah, maybe 2 years. I don't remember. I've never worked any job for less than a year except one. It was a temp job at Home Depot, and they wanted to keep me. But it was in Oregon, and I wanted to go back to Washington. So I said thanks, but no thanks. Anyway, no, you should get another normal people job for now. I would say. Nice. Alan, I apologize for reading that wrong. I don't even know how that happened. Alan Perryman. I also have never been fired and work on my stuff. Happy time. Yeah, for sure. No, I love what I'm doing now. Wow. There is stuff happening over at the Empire of Rust. Is that? What is going on with that frame? Did part of it exit the chat? Oh, I see. That's okay. I see what they. Huh. I'm definitely looking through the frame, right? Anyway, cool. Good times. Mm-hmm. 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 Todd Denial. A friend of mine has the prototype Lotus headed 2.5 liter turbo engine out of Carol Shelby's white CSX birthday car. I'll be damned. That's cool. Oh yeah, someone did mention that Chrysler managed to wrangle Shelby in the 80s. Yes, they did. CJM. All right. You told me patience when I asked last time, but I'm dying here. Well, then you haven't been patient enough. How did you handle that rear drop on the black D100 Shorty? I didn't. I didn't do it. I have no idea. I have to look. I don't know. I'll try to cover that in the video on the truck. Mitchell is supposed to be doing some video on the parts that he did. Not sure what he did, but I assume it's an axle flip because usually they're spring over. So the black, yeah, that's what was done on the black 84 D150 that was here a while back. Was an axle flip. It had the brackets and everything. Wasn't it? Pretty sure. Frame wasn't notched or anything. Yeah. I don't know. I'll try and cover it in the video. I'm going to show the rear axle setup and everything. But again, I didn't do it. I have no idea. The van, I know the van arms, that's the move to drop the front. But yeah, you have two options on the back. You can do an axle flip, or there is an extended hanger and a new bracket. You knock the old bracket off the frame rail and bolt on a new one, and it moves the point up, and then the hanger does the rest. That's one option. In fact, I'm doing that on a different truck. I already did part of it. It's a long story. I don't know why I had to burp into my elbow. It's ridiculous. What a weirdo. The whole train derailed just then. But anyway, yeah, you either do the shackle and bracket kit, or you can do an axle flip. Either or both, and notch the frame. I'm pretty sure Mitchell just did a flip. Pretty sure. Could be wrong. A cardiac. Yeah, the calipers could be flipped. That is the thing that happens. But that didn't seem like what he was saying. Old Iron, I've been in this very live, like a year ago, we were talking about K cars, and at least one person became very irritated. Oh, they're kind of your thing right behind the trucks. Oh, that is hostile. Wow. Those are fighting words. I need one someday. I want to rampage. Really want to rampage. Yes. The manual steering is unfortunate on a B body. It's fine on an A body. I don't mind it at all. Someone was telling me that they really, really wanted to put power steering on their car, and I was like, no, you don't. And then they came back and said, you were right. But I don't remember who that was. Yeah, parking spaces are a little tricky. But I'll take the road feel any day. At least in an A body. Does not bother me. I like power steering in my B body, but I don't like the super vague feel. Yeah, Stacy, I saw you posting about that. I didn't manage to hear it, but cool. Awesome. Yeah, the Nada Dodge is looking pretty good. Back on the ground and everything. Mark, can you ask me a question? Yeah. If you were a duck, what kind of duck would you be? Okay, and then he has a question for me. I have an MSD distributor 85345 in my 340. It idles at 1300, then drops down to 850 in gear. Is that okay? I mean, kind of. Sounds like you've got a kind of tight converter. I would drop your idle speed so it's less of a drop going into gear. I'd say a 100 RPM drop is going to be nicer. And that's mostly because when you drop it into gear, it's going to go bang. And that is uncomfortable and annoying. And your engine may not be super happy sitting there pulling against the converter at idle in gear. So I wouldn't really want that. If I were you, I would lower your idle speed a little bit. That doesn't really have anything to do with your distributor. It has to do with your idle speed. So yeah, if you can't get an idle lower than 1300, you've got a problem. And there are a lot of possibilities there. Don't ask me to list all of them. Mostly Mopar. Last week I was looking at a deal on a 73 Charger. Had my taxes done, was presented with another more urgent option for my cash. Hopefully I will be looking again soon. That is the way it goes. When the universe finds out you have money, it finds a way to take it. I don't fight against the universe. You guys have seen it. I just take them as they come. Peter Dollery, how you doing? All is pretty well over here. Just finished a big painting project. Managed to get most of the paint off my hands, although there's a big crack in my pointer finger, so it's dark blue now. Nice. Ooh, nice. Nice. See you, Vic. Good luck. Avon, got my license driving our 2000 Town and Country. My first time driving it, parallel parking was a trip. I imagine so. I paid for all them gears. I'm going to use all them gears. Yep. Nice. Brian the Plumber. Way back. It's a good one. Way back, I swapped out a dead D100 Slant 6, 300,000 miles, lost oil pressure, installed a 6 from a Duster. Was it the same engine? Probably yes. Most Dusters had 225s. There were 198s available. Depending on what year your D100 was, if it was a similar year range, then it's exactly the same 225. No difference. Dusters were gone before the cast crank lightweight motors came about. If you had a late 70s, early 80s, those are slightly different slants. They're interchangeable, but they're not exactly the same. Same family. Ronald Ray, is 190,000 miles, '03 Jeep inline six, a lot of miles, I assume is what you're asking. That's got to be '03 Jeep. That's really close to the end of the line for the 4-liter, isn't it? I don't remember how long they stuck around in Wranglers. Anyway, Instinct says pass. What's your view? My view is mine has more than that. No, it doesn't. It's only 160, 170. Kind of depends on what it costs. If it's cheap enough, I'm buying that all day long. Don't care. If it makes horrible noises, well, okay, maybe not so much. Snowmonk VX is here and says, DDG, hello. Lots of questions tonight. Thanks for that, folks. Appreciate it. 318, great oil pressure cold and at RPM when hot, but drops to 10 psi hot at idle. No noticeable engine issues. Fresh-ish rebuild. Oil pump valve sticking? I don't remember cleaning it. If the valve was stuck open, hot idle, you'd probably have 0 on the gauge. Probably. 10 psi probably just is what it is. It's safe. Just any less than that, I'd be concerned. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if the valve stuck, the relief valve, you would just have no pressure at idle. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, it's probably engine clearances, I imagine. Do have to wonder what kind of oil you're running. You know, hopefully it's at least 1030. One wants to know, anybody have a Dodge Aspen or Plymouth Volare Coupe or first-gen Dakota in above fair shape, asking for Leighton's welding? I sure don't. I have a crappy one, though. Donnie says 2006 was the last year for the 4-liter. Okay, yeah. I was trying to think when the end of the XJ was. Is that 02 or 03 or 04? I don't know. Somewhere in there. It's broken, did. Yes, I can see it's broken, did. I ain't good. What's up, Snoopy Boobs? How you doing? I bet Uncle Tony probably checked out by now. Maybe not. I don't see a flood of Tony people yet. But I bet he will pretty quick. He's going to go get his ice cream. Dave LA. When my kids were little, I got 2 minivans, both 89 Caravans, both turbo 2.5s. Oh, yeah. I want a turbo 2.5 5-speed Caravan. And unfortunately, I've wanted one for a long time, but then Hot Rod Garage did it, and now it's like, ugh. Then again, I've wanted the off-road Volare for a long time, and then friggin' Birdsong did it. I'm still gonna do it. I don't even care. But yeah, I think those are cool. I don't know that I'd build one as a drag car because Hot Rod Garage already did it. But I'd love to have one. Wow. AMC guy has been fired at least half a dozen times, enough that he's gotten used to it. Last time it cost my former employer $22,000 to buy me out. A make-at deal. It's a fair deal. Yes. Old Iron's got a 76 Aspen sedan that is in below the ground shape. So yeah, basically exactly what they're looking for. Ken Nellis. Hi to the folks tonight from Hope, BC. How you doing there, Ken? Hello, Twisted Mopar Garage. How you doing? Remy Kushner looking for a cheap Sure Grip LSD 323 to 355 rear for my daily driver Dart. Am I better off with an 8 1/4 or an 8.8 cost and performance wise? Daily driver behind a mag. Daily driver 8 1/4 is going to be just fine. It'll hold up a long time. Yeah. I think the 8 1/4 will be easier, less work. I like less work. That's cool. The 8.8 is fine. You shorten to one side, flip an axle over. So that's kind of a job. I like the 8 1/4 route myself. But yeah, dealer's choice on that one. If you could do the fab work, the 8.8's a great choice too. Leaf springs for that car. Recommendations. Well, it's a daily driver, so don't do super stocks. If you can find a set of factory A-body 340 car leaf springs, those seem to be pretty good. We actually have like 4 of those at Rocket. Dr. Art is in the house. How's it going, Dr. Art? What's new in your world? Nice. Snoopy Boob scored a 66 Dart GT273 auto. Good runner driver. Keep the 273? Or how much horsepower out of a stock headed 273 is reasonable? Unfortunately, not very much. The UTG invasion is here. I missed a couple comments. Welcome aboard, everybody. Please hit like if you don't mind, because it does stuff for the thing with the deal. How many horse ponies out of the stock headed 273? I mean, it's still a decent head. It's got some power potential. The tiny bore is the limiting factor, always is. 300 would be a big ask. 250, 270. I think the 1-to-1 is doable. But I've also seen like magazine tests where they didn't even crack 250. So, little disappointing. I'm planning to build a ridiculous 273 myself. I was considering using Magnum heads. That was kind of my plan with Dan Tupper, who I saw did drop in a little bit late. How's it going, Dan? He went through like 6 sets of Magnum heads, and they were all cracked. So good. And I've got a set of 302, so I was thinking about using those, but I also have a set of the stock closed chamber 273 heads. So I might use those instead and just kind of work them over myself. And we'll see, so what I do may be applicable to your situation, but I'm probably going to use a way more ridiculous cam than you would ever want to use. I am hoping that 330 horse ponies is possible. That is a big ask for the 273. But I think it could happen. Oh, we always jam, Ray. We definitely will at some point. Count Derpula is here. How's it going? Snoopy Boobs burps into his knee usually. That checks out. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Snoopy Boobs wants another Dakota RT. Muscovy. Yeah, that's what we have. Wait, is it? Yeah, I think so. The weird ones that make hissing noises and do this with their heads. Like at each other. Anyway, I have a Dakota RT. I'm supposed to trade it to Tom, but I also want to buy something else. So money talks. There goes the neighborhood. Yeah. Yes, spring under. Yes. I think they just moved the leaf springs to under the differential. I'm not sure why you want to do that. To get it dirt nasty low, of course. Mr. Jaime, I want my 73 D103 on the tree short bed back. I miss it. Yeah, that sounds cool. That 74 black one here was a 318, 3 on the tree. And or was it? It was a 3 on the tree truck that someone had put a force. No, it was a 3 on the tree truck that someone had put a four shifter in. I can't remember. Yeah, they put a 4-speed overdrive floor shifter on a 3-speed. That's what they did. Anyway, but yeah, Mitchell ruined it and took all that apart and made it an auto on the column. Count Derpula had a nitro and does not want another one. God, no. I saw something today that I didn't know existed. A nitro RT. And I almost don't want to even know what that meant. They had a 4-liter V6, and I don't even know what that is. Is it like a bored out 3.8? I can't remember. Or an oversized 3.8? Or is it an evolution of the 3.5? That looks like a 3.5. I don't know what that is. I don't even want to know. You know what? I'm sorry I looked it up. But anyway, I saw one that someone had just bought from a dealer at Safeway today in the parking lot, and I was like, dude, why? Just why? Oh no, turbo 4-cylinder 5-speed front-wheel drive. Torque steer for days, son. 2.4 out of a PT Cruiser with a big stupid turbo on it. It would be awesome. I don't want a basket case one. I want a nice car. Robert Fitch would be an itty-bitty devil ducky. My daughter has one of those. I just have Squishy Duck, and she just got me this. They have a little school store where, when you perform correctly in school, you get money like things that you can use to buy stuff. And so she got herself and my wife mechanical pencils, and she got me a duck. Pirate duck. I love the pirate duck. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yep. No, that 4-speed overdrive, that just doesn't... I don't know. No idea. It has to be one or the other. It's either non-synchronized no overdrive or synchronized overdrive. Maybe it just had a ruined first gear. I've had that happen with those overdrives. So that's the aluminum one. So I don't know. That could have been it. Yeah, I don't want to V8 a Rampage. That's not... If people wanted me to V8 a K car or V8 a, whatever, and it's like, this sounds like a huge waste of time. If I have a Rampage, I want a turbo, 2.4, and a 5-speed. That's all I want. Old Iron wants a 5-speed manual nitro. Okay. I don't want to shit on your dreams or anything, but like, wow. Avon would be a Peking duck. Nice. Oh, awesome. Ken Nellis, I assume, is the proud owner of a 62 Valiant Signet two-door hardtop. It rocks. Very cool. I am supposed to be the proud owner of that 63 Valiant two-door hardtop that I did the video on a couple months back now, I suppose. And it was featured kind of in the ramp truck video from yesterday. It's on the back of the ramp truck. They're supposed to come home together. Mm-hmm. Where's the Dodge in a nitro? Well, it's more Jeep than anything. Nice. Captain Kurt's Garage. Back in 92, I paid $400 for a 73 Charger. Ah, the good old days. I was amazed when I sold my 71 for $1,700 in 2008. Never in a million years did I think I would get that. Yeah, 4.0 Jeep is a good engine, I think, but they do blow up sometimes. That's a good possibility, yeah. Oil pickup, pulling air inside. There are a lot of different things that can happen. Nice. Yeah, I wouldn't want the raked truck look either. I don't like that. Cool. Yeah, I hope I can help. But it's going to be one of those two. Nice. Nobaray's 96 XJ Sport has 378K. Keep oil in it. Changed the valve cover gasket not long ago. Fixing to replace the oil filter adapter seals. Nothing else off engine. Nice. Chatting online on a live feed with the man with the yard full of rusty cars. They're not all rusty. Bird song! You know how many people told me that I should take my 69 to Birdsong? Guys, I own a welder, and I kind of know how to use it. I actually want to do that. Or make my brother help. Or just do it. He won't. That was a silly joke. Wow. 05 and 06 Jeeps were actually pretty unique. You could get them with a 6-speed and a 4-liter. The yellow one here is a 4-liter, and I think it has a 6-speed. Yeah, I think it does. Might be a 5-speed, but I think it is a 6-speed. Frederick Alexander just made it 10 minutes ago. How's it going? Nice. Cleveland Maker. Hey, Jamie. Hi, me. Whatever. Forward look guy here. Still waiting to see a big dart on here. As soon as I get my dirty hands on one. There's 2 Pioneers and there's a Dark Phoenix in Canada. Well, I did that Polera. There's a Phoenix convertible here. That doesn't say Dart on it. No, don't think so anyway. Excuse me. Dodo LeBreton. So I have 2 Slant 6s to choose from in my 75 Valiant. I just spat all over my computer. That was cool. Here, let me fix that. There we go. The original 95 horsepower net or a 70, 145 horsepower gross. Is there that much difference between gross and net? What would be the same net HP? They're damn near the same. I mean, dropped compression on like performance V8 engines, like kind of on everything, but I don't know that they had to drop the compression on the slant because it was already pretty low. Um, those two engines are very, very similar. The gross rating is what you might describe as optimistic. The net rating is more like it. Um, yeah, you're not gonna notice any improvement with the 70 engine. You just won't. I think 75 is too old to have any of the other improvements that they did. I don't know. The original one is going to be just as good as that 70. I wouldn't bother changing it if it's okay already. Yeah. No one found a rusty 73 Roadrunner. Yeah, good luck. That's unfortunate. 273 heads on 318 helps a lot. Compression, for one thing. Nice. Yeah, yep. Snoopy boobs. I'll just build my standard Magnum stock bottom end with good heads and cam. Yes, I just want to use the 273 engine. For one thing, there was a certain racing class I was kind of eyeballing that it would be legal for because there's a 300 cubic inch limit. It's the stock displacement V8 that could have come in the Barracuda, so it's period correct. It's a cool experiment. You know, what can the small engine do? There is no question that I could make much, much horsepower with a 360 or a Magnum. I have a much, much better 360, like ready to go, ready to finish assembly, brand new, fully machined, like a really nice engine and a Mopar purple shaft, like everything I need to make an awesome 360 here right now. And instead of doing that, I want to build a 273. So yeah, I just want to. Yes, they did. The D Dart was rated at it was around 300. Was it 310? 305 or 310? I don't remember. 3 something. Yeah. Yeah. I realized that. The Commando was not that impressive. And maybe the dyno session I'm thinking of might have been a Commando replica, but I kind of thought they were going for something even more like spiced up Commando or something, and they only made 240 or some unimpressive number. Todd Denio says the 84 Turismo 225 speed was meant to be sent to Europe, so it had all kinds of different stuff. 54 miles a gallon? That seems optimistic. Vilefly, what equipment and software should be used for programming pre-2000 Chrysler computers? DRB3, I think, is the Chrysler tuner for it. But what tuning? I have no idea. Never done it. Don't know anything. Nice. Dan broke his Hemi truck's transmission. Magnums are all ready to go. Oh, okay. Have you ever? Wait, what did I? Yeah, broke the 03 Hemi truck's 545 RFE transmission at 110,000 miles. Ugh, terrible. McLovin Garage. Have you ever driven an SRT4 Neon? I saw one the other day for the first time in a while at an autocross event. It was pretty cool. I've never driven one. I almost bought one, but I didn't. Glad I didn't. That's fine. Yeah. But no, I've never driven one. Which Mustang is the new Edge Mustang? Is that the late 90s? Yeah, or 201, 90, yeah, 99 or 01 or whatever. I prefer the SN95 myself, but 99, yeah. Yeah, they facelifted the SN95 with the straight edges and such. Yeah, I like the bubbly SN95 myself if I'm going to pick between the two. And I like the 5-liter, although it is hopelessly gutless. Still fun. You don't need all that. You don't need all the horsepower to have fun. It was a good time. Yeah. I hate the Nitro so much. I hate the giant wheels. I hate the boxy look. I hate everything about it. Everything. Gary Hergert needs someone to talk him out of buying a 57 Dodge panel with bitch and patina because he doesn't need it. Well, I am not the one for that. Dan Tupper needs another early A-body to abuse. Well, they're out there. RT Nitro, just an appearance package. It also had a 4-liter engine. Was that also in the base Nitro? I'm familiar with the Avenger RT, the minivan. Oh, God. The Dakota RT was bad enough. There was an RT Spirit? Good Lord. I mean, there was an RT Neon. Ugh. I've always suspected a draw-through turbo would last longer than a dry turbo. Kind of doubt that. I don't think it'll make the difference you're thinking it would. Empire Rust. Perhaps one day I'll get myself a 68 Charger. Dream big. Dream big. Fart loud. I got one. It looks like this, but much larger. I showed this on video, right? Yeah, in the wheel video. This was from the Jesh brothers. I love it. And then, of course, there's, the functional histories, Tiny Corn Dog. Oh, which reminds me, Vic left, so whatever. He did it again. I tried to show off his handiwork. My Tiny Dale's Demon came. Look at the stickers. I love it. It's this sticker. He replicated it tiny. Look at it. It's so good. I just love that. Anyway. Hopefully he's not here so he doesn't hear me say the color's a little bit off. It's fine. The spoiler's perfect. It's got Krager's on it. It's awesome. Captain Kurt's Garage sent me $10 and said, keep up the awesome videos, bud. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Captain Kurt. I will do my best. Nice. I think all the 5-speed Rampages were 2.2-liter, if I remember correctly. Automatic was the 2.6, but I'm probably wrong. I don't know, and it doesn't matter because, again, what I would be doing is I just read ahead. I want a 2.4 swap one. My friend Michael has he has a Neon that he's teasing me with right now. It's not done yet, but he's already teasing me with it. 2.45 speed NA. But yeah. Cool. But he has a 2.4 turbo Neon and it is ridiculous. It's a 90s sedan. Like it looks like nothing. He also has the 2-door Neon RT, which I'll admit, kind of cool. I didn't want to like it. I kind of like it. Count Derpula just wants to offend the state government with the ugliest Mustang in New York. Good time. Good times. Firefly, you shouldn't say things like that. I think the Mustang 2 is actually kind of okay. Oh, Donnie. Allow me to ruin your night. Dodge Shadow RT. You pulled it off. You pulled it off. Well, it just looks like it. Isn't the Spirit really similar to that? I don't know. I don't want to. Ken, hey, Jamie. Do you have a rear bumper for my Valiant? I do not. Just pulled the back suspension out of my 73 Charger and mocked up 72 Hideaways against it. It's way to go. Telling you. I'm telling you. John Eden found a $900 64 Dart. Feel like he's going to back out on me because that always happens. Kind of does. Oh, Mary Tupper. Thanks, Jamie. Sorry I kept him later than anticipated. This might be the only live that Dan has ever been late. Did you see that hair? That was cool. Might be the only live Dan's ever been late to. So, everybody gets one. It's all good. Todd Denio had a 60 Dodge Phoenix 4-door Poly 4-barrel built like a battleship. Nice. Tool 72. Wow, I read that bad. 273 is more cool points. Exactly. That's it. And I want to be cool. You want to be cool, don't you? So yeah, I just think it's neat. What can the little 273 do? I'm already uncool, so no worries there. 300 horses, possible, but it's not just going to happen like that. It's some work. Uncle Dork. Oh, that's a new one. I thought it was Uncle Ted. How's it going, Hans Sossel? Nice. Classic dude. Mike's Valari slant was a 77. D-Dart made 275 HP. What? Okay. Yeah. I have a cool book. Haven't shown it on video. I stole it from Tom. I guess I'll have to give it back sometime. But it's small. I don't know what it's called. It's a Mopar performance book, but it's small engine performance, something like that. And it's got tips for the slant, the 273, possibly the 318. There are a lot of cool tips in there, and I'm sure many of them were taken from the D-Dart. But they give you good cam specs, and they use this intake, this carburetor specifically, modify this, reshape this, do this and that, use this valve. Bigger valve is pointless. Use this valve, use this spring, etc., etc. It's a period combination. So, yeah, I mean, they show you how to make a bit of power, but it's not like it's insane. Yeah, 99 to 04. I think I guessed it right, but then of course I asked Wikipedia again, which, as we know, is 100% right about everything. Jeff Korstad wants to know, what is your next Charger build? Well, next is probably going to be Tom's 70 RT we're going to put together. Not quite sure exactly how that's going to go just yet. I just know we're bolting together a 70 Charger RT. But my next personal Charger project is my 69. I can't remember what we named that. Something really dumb. Tom just sent me. Oh, great. Yeah, tempt me. Where's that one? I want a nice one. You heard me say that, right? But I'm still interested. Here's your sign. I've never seen a more Jamie rampage. Anyway, my 69 Charger. It's a rusty pile of garbage, so I bought almost all the sheet metal it needs, less quarter panels, Dutchman, window corners, etc. From my brother, who had already bought it for his Charger that he doesn't even have yet, can't start on. So yeah, so I've got that going for me, and I've got a crazy 440 for it. I've got a transmission. I've got a big ridiculous stall converter that I need to have welded back together. It's the one I pulled out of Mark's Coronet that pukes fluid everywhere. And then, yeah, we'll be somebody. We'll do some cool stuff. I thought I had a set of 15-inch slot mags for that car, and then the guy sold them out from under me. So that sucked. Anyway, 99 Silverado. That's actually a damn good truck. And a 93 Aeronose F-150. Both 6-cylinder. Well, I don't know about the 4.3. Now I'm second guessing. Anyway, they're fine. And the 300 in an Aeronose Ford, that's a damn good setup, Kelly Smith. Damn good. Snoopy Boob says SN 197 is nice looking. And for a second, I forgot what the new Edge was, and I kind of thought it might be that car. That's why I had to go check. Yeah, I kind of like that one. Kinda. I remember when those came out because, of course, it was at the height of the whole, old is new again thing. And I thought it was a really good looking classic style car. So yeah, I wouldn't mind owning one of those someday. I like the dash especially. Really like the dash. Classic dude Mike's 73 Dart 318 had drums up front. They sucked. My Demon has drums up front. They're okay. Stage Zero Jason loves the new Edge. Yeah, whatever. I put an engine in one once, and it was, I cannot deny, it was fun. It's a 4.6 5-speed. It was fun, but not for me. John Frey, excuse me. I have a 2012 Ram 5.7, replaced cam and lifters, replaced VVT solenoid, still get VVT code. Could I be off a tooth on the timing chain and still have lifters noise? You could be off a tooth. I would want to know specifically what the code is. VVT over advanced, VVT over retarded, cam crank sync code, erratic code, VVT solenoid circuit code. There are a bunch of different codes, and you need to actually interpret the code that you're getting and do some research on that code number. because it's telling you what's wrong. It may say VVT solenoid circuit, and that would be wiring, like a rat chewed on it, or something's melted, or one of the clips is busted, or whatever. Sorry, VVT. I'm mixing up new Hemi stuff. I'm thinking of the multiple solenoid, the MDS solenoids. You just have the one VVT solenoid. So sorry. Some vehicles have multiple VVT. You've just got the one. Okay. Very good. Yes, that's definitely a Jamie car. Well, we can talk about that. I'm sure the price will be right. Anyway. I don't remember what I was saying. Yeah, VVT solenoid circuit. So wiring problem going to it. It was chewed on. It was crushed under something and a wire's broken. Something like that. Over advanced, over retarded. It's telling you what's wrong. So interpret the code you've got and go from there. It's definitely possible. Now, you still have noise? That sucks. I've had that happen. Good luck. I got nothing. I'll assume that you've already checked for exhaust noise because that's also very common. But yeah, we had an engine like that. I put a cam and lifters in it, and it still made the noise. And I never figured it out. We replaced the engine with a used one and sent it away. It's been fine ever since. Rusty Fuel. Is the 97 Magnum cruise control in the PCM? No, it is a separate unit. The PCM triggers it, but it is a separate cruise unit. Those don't have an electronic throttle, so they still have to have the separate module. You don't get the cruise built into the computer until the throttle is computer controlled. John even says the Mustang 2 is a sin. They all go to hell. Wow. I mean, it's not like it okay. Well, you seem to have some strong feelings, so I'll leave it at that. I think they're all right. Nice. Yeah, Josh Jesh has a 98 Dodge Dually that's deep amethyst like my RT Dakota. It's a cool color. I like it. I wish the whole car was deep amethyst. Spirit is a K car. Shadow was a reworked L. Huh. I think I said, I don't want to know. Nice. Dada LeBreton has an 03 RTSX Neon? I've never heard of that. And I can't type. Jesus. Let's see. Yeah, so it's well, I just didn't know there was a different RT. I think I'm looking at the wheels you're talking about. It's not for me. And I don't like the RT front end. I don't know if that's the same or slightly different, but anyway, not a fan myself. Rusty Fuel, is the 97 Magnum wiring harness different manual trans to automatic? Can I just grab an automatic harness and remove the wires? Yes, you can do that. If you want to go the other way and control an automatic, the manual harness would not give you the one connection for the OD and the lockup. Doing it that way will work just fine. No problem. Jamie, what's the S273? Yeah, that would be the Commando. As far as I know, that would just be the Commando. Yeah, it's an HP. It's a 4-barrel engine, higher compression. That's the Commando, and then I think they make 230 or 235 horsepower, something like that. Yeah, I always liked the Eagle Talon. My friend had one that really, really impressed me. We almost got arrested in that once. It was cool. Mitsubishi 3-liter is a pretty good engine, except they put the oil filter directly above the starter. Isn't that great? Did you know that engine family ended up licensed or sold to Hyundai Kia? And there are some years of Hyundais and Kias that have basically a Mitsubishi V6. Isn't that neat? I think it's neat. Evening, Dizzy Izzy. How you doing there? John, even I highly recommend doing stupid things with your Slant 6. Oh, want more power from a 273? 3 suggestions. Supercharge, supercharge, supercharge. Nah. I mean, you're not wrong, but nah. Slant 6 is where they really, really, really don't belong is funny. Yes, people are still asking to this day about the Slant Miata. Anyway, Mitsubishi make great engines, but when backed by a new process transmissions, no. That's for just no. Huh. Oh, when backed by a new process transmissions, just say no to the 42 RLE. Oh, cool. My 65 Valiant, probably that one, I imagine, was ordered to delete everything. 273, 3-speed on the floor, 8 1/4 rear. Must be 8 3/4. There was no 8 1/4 yet then. And they usually didn't have an 8 3/4. Named the Angry Valiant. Angry Vagrant. Man, I can't read tonight. This is becoming a problem. Nice. Now a 360, 60 over B&M, 60 over B&M 904 reverse shift, 8 3/4 with 391s. Nice. Saw some guys build a 318 Ci Neon. Wonder what frame they used. Maybe one day I will try it. I want to. It's very silly, pointlessly silly. Like I said earlier, I'm just not. Yeah, people might watch it, but like, people watch other stuff too. I don't want to do that. Yes, the NV 3500 is huge. I still want to big block, full frame, straight axle, a PT Cruiser. I'd love to do that someday. Nice. Living room burnouts. Nice. It's high class, man. High. Yeah, I had a few beers. Nice. I came up with that project name. I might have helped you workshop it. But yeah, it's the Boomerang Bel Air. 4.3 in the Silverado. It is okay at best. Yeah. You could have had an LS, damn it. Oh, well. Or LT, whatever. I had a V6 SN95, and I liked the car. My wife hated it because of the tiny cup holders. And then I had a GT 50HO 5-speed SN95, and I really liked that. But I was amazed by the lack of horsepower. Truly impressive. Later, I had a spicy 5-liter powered Cobra replica, and it was truly amazing. That engine was great. Really, really great. Yeah, the mountain range in the middle is kind of a problem. Yeah, if someone has a nice set of 15-inch slots, ideally not unilugs, but whatever. 5 on 4.5 for my charger, bigs and littles, ridiculous dish ones for the rear. I'm not asking for them for free. I'll buy them from you, but they've got to be in the Pacific Northwest because we're not shipping them, and I'm not driving to Montucky. I apologize. Well, not anytime soon, anyway. James says, now I remember what I was going to ask you. I had a 71 Valiant with a 318, small lug pattern. Is that normal? Yes, 5 on 4. All A-body. They only started getting the big bolt in 73. That was only with disc brakes. And the late 10-inch drums got it too. But yeah, 5 on 4. That is regular. That's what my Demon has. And it's a 340 car. So banned computer-controlled acceleration before the sun does. I'm not sure on the earliest power seats. They were available in Imperials and stuff, but I'm not sure what year that started. I've seen a 64B body with a power seat. I'm sure they were available earlier than that, but I don't know. Power windows. What is the earliest I have seen? I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure they were available in like the 50s or something. I mean, early on in the 60s for sure. I couldn't tell you how early exactly. Do not know. Red 65 Plymouth factory 426 for sale in St. Charles, Missouri, $57,000. Wow. Well, we had Plymouth scamps here too, and they made them in the 80s. The 80s Plymouth, the 80s Rampage was called 80s Plymouth Rampage was called a scamp. Whatever. Oh yeah, no, the Beamer's got a slant 6. I actually like those. I do. I had an E36, 5-speed, 4-cylinder, unfortunately. The 273 and the D-Dart does not have the same ponies as the 340. No, it doesn't. Made good power, but not the same power. Ken wants to know, any big Mopar car shows in Washington in the next few months? Also, have you and Tom done the Mopar show on Vancouver Island? I haven't. Don't know if Tom has. No idea. Maybe. Seems like something he would do. The only big Mopar car show in Washington that I am hip to is Sunbust, which is late summer. Build sheet says 8 1/4 rear. Special order. I just don't know how they could special order an axle that didn't exist yet. As far as I know, it didn't until 69. Captain Kurt's garage. I work at a GM plant making EV Hummers and Silverados. I wear my Mopar hat every day. I get a lot of strange looks. That'll teach him. Nice. Oh, yeah. I'll do a Fox body someday. Chase Tarswell, can you do a deeper dive on your Power Wagon? I have a 77 W100 and don't know a lot about it. The blue one, I did a deep dive video on it a long time ago. You'll just kind of have to go look for that. That's 1974. Yeah. And then I also bought a 1983 Power Ram a lot earlier on the channel. Did a video on that. It was Slant 6 powered. Yeah, I have a wheeling video, but on my other Power Ram, but not any videos on the truck itself. Yeah, I won't be doing any more video on the blue truck. We're done with that. We're done with that. But there will be more Power Wagons. I've had a good view on the channel. I did the 78 W200 Crew Cab Problem Child. I've done 2 or 3 videos on that. So, yeah, search YouTube for Dead Dodge Garage Power Wagon, and you're going to find a lot of stuff. I've done a lot. Of course, swap mags were all over the Portland swap meet. Yeah, I know. Should have been there. Even came home with a set of AMC forged aluminum mags. Nice. Oh, yeah. And the 4.3 fuel economy, that is a thing. Yeah. Nice. 15 by 10s. Yeah, that's what I need. Nice. 48 Town and Country had hydraulic power windows. I remember hearing something about that. Barry Kuda says, last year for the small lug pattern on Australian Valiants was 1969. And that is because the next generation was a bigger car. It wasn't an A-body anymore. I think is it VF? I'm learning, but maybe not remembering. I think it's a VF. Valiant V. What's a VF? No, that's still an A-body. VG? I don't know. I thought I knew. No idea. I'm sure you'll tell me. Anyway, yeah, that makes sense. You didn't have A-bodies anymore. That pattern was A-body only. Glenn Uromi bought a brand new 97 Eagle Vision back in the day. Nice car, actually. Nice. Yes, 73 went to 4.5, but only with disc brakes. Drum brakes were still small bolt. I know that because I lost a $10 bet about it once. Yep. Bell James says earliest power seat I saw was a 55 Custom Royal. Also had power windows. I think they were available earlier in Imperial and New Yorker. So do I. But I don't know when. Yeah, I got nothing. Todd Denio still needs a driver's front fender for a 72 Charger. Doesn't need to be perfect as long as it is repairable. Yeah, I haven't come up with any great ideas on that. I don't remember where you're at, but you could reach out to 5 Point Parts. That's Vanessa. She used to work at Wildcat Auto Wrecking, and she's really good at finding stuff. So, yeah. Shoot her a message or yeah, you can contact her through her website. There's like a form for part searches, I think. I saw pictures of the Portland swap meet this year. I wished I had gone. I could have gone on Saturday. I messaged Tom and he was like, yeah, most of the good vendors left after Friday. So I didn't bother. Robert Fitch, you may recall the 65 Valiant was slammed pretty low. I honestly don't recall. There have been too many A-bodies, too many early A-bodies, too many cars in general. One of the torsion bar adjusting bolts is backed out much farther than the other. Should I be concerned? No. But I'd try to level the car out and adjust them side to side. Yeah. If the suspension is the same side to side, you will see that sometimes, and I can't necessarily tell you exactly why. Captain Kurt, you need a Dead Dodge Garage hat to wear there. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, nice. Count Dracula would love an Oldsmobile Vista wagon. Yeah, they're neat. Not my thing. Oh, cool. Classic Dude Mike's got an all-wheel drive E30 in the driveway. I wouldn't mind one of those either. Mackerman 1964. Hello from Australia. Hello from the wet part of Washington State, United States of America, or whatever. Stupid fact of the day. Imperial was the first car to have anti-lock brakes. I didn't know that. Wait, maybe I did know that. That was in the 70s, right? There was still a VGA body in 1970, then the VH in 71. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, no, because the control arms that you would need to do that didn't agree. Sorry, I read ahead and I forgot what I was saying. The control arms that mount the B-body spindle that make the big bolt pattern happen didn't exist on any American car until 1973. So it's interesting that they would have them there. Yeah, I don't know anything about Australian production. I think we've covered that before. I knew the chassis code started with a V. I'm proud of myself. I'm going to pat myself on the back and then rub my neck because it's really messed up. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but I have like an intermittent neck thing and it really sucks. Super dumb. David does regret not cleaning up his cans of bolts. I only got a few metal shavings in there, but it's really funny. I actually wasn't intentionally brushing them toward, but I kicked the bolts out of the way a little bit. Then I did it. But did you hear the one go tink? Very satisfying. Chris Greenhill's garage is slightly late. Oh, man, I forgot it was Sunday. I'm a couple hours late to the party. I'll have to rewatch it later. Have a good week, everyone. You too. Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate that. Chris N. Is there a spec for front end height on torsion bar cars? Yes, there is. But the way it's measured is kind of weird. You measure from the ground to a point on the control arm, and then you measure from the ground to another point, and then you do math between the two. It is in the factory service manual. I've never used that procedure ever. But yes, there is a way to find the factory ride height, and that's it. Huh. Interesting. Portland Swap Meet was last weekend. Wildcat, I haven't been able to get them to answer the phone for a while. They're only open Wednesday through Saturday, I think. Something like that. But yeah, I haven't. I've just been dealing with Vanessa for stuff I need. Because yeah, they just kind of. I'm sure they're very busy. I want to support them. I want to help keep them in business, But if they don't answer the phone, it's kind of a problem. Empire Rust is off. You guys all have a great week. Wish me luck. I have 4 days to fix the frame on my wrecker before the truck gathering this weekend. God luck and good speed, my friend. You're going to need it. Per the Interballs. That's way better than the Weber tubes. 1971 Imperial became the first production car with a 4-wheel computer-operated anti-lock braking system. I'll be damned. McLovin Garage. Do you plan to build a legit ramp truck out of the red Cummins flatbed? Seems like the 12-valve runs very well. I've always had a soft spot for a real ramp truck, but they are one-dimensional. That's where my genius plan comes in, trying to make my ramp truck multi-purpose. My plan for that truck is to just weld an extra 2 or 3 feet on the back of the bed with a downturn. I'll probably hack the rear foot off, so it's like a 4-foot dovetail or whatever you call that. Firmly attach it to the bed, make some other lighting and winch improvements, and let it ride. I'd like to be able to still use it as a flatbed. My dream ramp truck has a giant winch, a boom that swings side to side and has the capability to lift engines, transmissions, and rear axles off of the ground and onto itself. It has a flatbed section, possibly with convertible ramps to put cars on, but also possibly just dovetail. Haven't decided yet. It has toolboxes everywhere. It has air, onboard air. It has tons and tons of fuel tank. It has a diesel engine, a manual transmission, and it can tow a trailer. Oh, wow. Donnie bought an airplane. Congratulations, Donnie. You have a good night. Anyway, yeah. My idea of a Ram truck has many jobs. It has to, or it'll just sit around whenever I'm not going to the races. And, well, that's no good for anything. It'll just end up sold. So, yeah. Captain Kurt is on the hunt for a 72 Roadrunner or Satellite he can afford and fix. Good luck. Measure the car before you measure T-bar heights. Bounce the car before you measure T-bar heights. Indeed. Bounce the car and roll the car after you make adjustments. What do you think about a 71 Satellite wagon for $11,000 with a 318 in roadworthy condition? That sounds very, very expensive. But if you love it and it's in great shape, it's your money. I don't know that those are worth that yet, but I could be wrong. Yes, Dad, I love Breton. I heard about your carbon tax. That's just nuts. Good times. Good luck. Roadrunner. Oh, Chris N. Thanks. My Roadrunner's kind of lowered, and I'd like to make it stock height. Nice. Good luck. Yeah. I usually just kind of eyeball it, like always. No, I'm not going to end up with a wheelie Ram truck. There are a lot of sketchy things about that 92, but the weight distribution is not one of them. It doesn't feel light in the front end. It doesn't feel unsafe. It doesn't feel out of balance. The engine is here in the middle of the truck. And yes, there's weight hanging off the back, but you've seen the hundreds and hundreds of trucks built like that, right? Right? It's an extended wheelbase. That is not a standard 1-ton wheelbase with 20 feet of bed hanging over the back. It's a cab chassis wheelbase. It is long enough for it. It's not unsafe. It's fine. It can handle the weight. It's a good length for it. I would like longer. I would like to be able to handle a C-body or whatever the heck I want to put on the bed. And for that, it would need more wheelbase than what that cab chassis 92 has. But for an A-body and potentially a B-body, it will be fine. Honestly, I mean, you saw the A-body fits on the 12-foot flatbed, barely. But it's just kind of sketchy. And honestly, more for the look than anything, I want the bed to be... Donnie, you're out of control. Yeah. That's all I got. Ran over. Nice. David loved the toolbox video. Yeah, it did really well. Ram truck need 18-wheeler tanks? Yes. Not giant ones. I don't want giant ones. I just want the step tanks you'll see on like mid-sized trucks. And I might already have donors for that. Not totally sure. But if I need 18-wheeler tanks, I guess let me know what you have. All right, it's about time to play one more cup of coffee. Paul Steinberg, have a good week. I was thinking green outside, green interior, drives nice, front axle needs work, 7 to 8 or less. Yeah. Maybe 7 to 8. Wait, was that? Yeah, the satellite. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, wagons are hot right now. If it's in decent shape and it's not rusted to crap and it drives, as you say. Yeah. I have seen Roadrunner wagons like that, and they're pretty cool. Remflex exhaust manifold gaskets. Christian Morgan wants to know, do you have any experience with Remflex exhaust manifold gaskets? I have a little leak at the manifold on my Imperial. Love the video of the 73 Charger. Thank you. Yes, I do. Remflex is the best. For sure. That is our solution at Rocket for manifolds that are not straight enough, if it's not a factory car. The right thing to do is to have the exhaust manifold milled. You might want the surface on the head checked as well, because they're not supposed to need a gasket of any kind. But Remflex is awesome. It will do the job. Dalton Sparks wants to know, have you looked into those 3-in-1 air compressors for your Ram truck? Would be super handy. No, I don't know what that is. 3-in-1 air compressor. Oh, compressor generator welder. That's smart. That's like service truck type stuff. I'm thinking engine-driven compressor. I could even add an engine-driven welder head. That cab chassis has an extra pulley to run accessories like that, which is really cool. I would like to put an air compressor right on there. One of those machines would work great. But I don't know that it's what I want to do. I don't want to take up deck space with that. So it would have to get engineered in somewhere. And at that point, it's like, why don't I just use the engine to run air? The engine's running anyway. I'll put a tank under the bed somewhere. It'll be a nice solution. I could have a welder head if I wanted. Welder generator would be cool. But again, it's got to fit into the truck. So, yeah. It could be done, I'm sure. Look at the car's build sheet on Dizzy Izzy's 6480 Geezer Garage. That's okay. Have a good night, Dizzy Izzy. I don't know, Pink Floyd. Nobody's home. Stephen Andrews. Hi, Jamie. Toolbox looks fantastic. Was watching old live streams. Saw the one in the car with Alex. Hope your grandma got better. I missed the update. She did. She's doing well. She's back to living on her own. She's doing all right. I just talked to her for about an hour last weekend. So, yeah. We'll hopefully be visiting her again pretty soon here. Performance Auto out of Wyoming. You should buy his 74 D300 boom truck to go along with your Ram truck. Make life easy. I want a boom. I thought you meant the bad type of wheelies. Maybe you meant the good type of wheelies. It's a tilt truck. I've seen a tow truck that does that. I'm probably not going to go to Wyoming to buy a boom truck. I'd love to have one of those. There's one much, much closer to home, but I didn't go after that one either. So, yeah. Yeah, mostly old parts. Said exactly what I just said. So there you go. Yes, it should seal. But these manifolds are often rusted to crap and warped to crap by this point in history, so I wouldn't really expect it to. Yes, double gaskets can work too. Remflex header gaskets are the best. Remflex header gaskets. Crappy header gaskets, don't bother. Remflex header gaskets. Yes, 18-wheelers have various sized air tanks that might be useful under the chassis. Yeah. Yeah. Coming in hot with 6. The undersize. Yes, there you go. Try and get it for 6. But if they want 11, they're not going to be excited about cutting their price in half, you know. But who knows? You can get lucky. My voice is actually a little rough. I don't even know if I can nail that song. Any info on transmission fluid versus engine oil? Remflex gaskets are thicker and different material. They're amazing. If you haven't checked them out, do. It's the best header gasket. As far as I'm concerned, it is the only header gasket except the copper. The copper is really good too. I've never seen those for a moment. Well, I take that back. I've never seen them like in a store available for sale. I have an old set. Ken said, hey, Jamie, any info on auto tranny fluid versus engine oil? I don't know what you mean by that. Do you mean like what kind of fluid? Type F tranny and 1040 high zinc or similar. All right, let's see. See if I got it. I might not got it. If I don't got it, we'll figure out plan B. Your breath is sweet and weak. Your eyes are like 2 jewels in the sky. Your back is straight, your hair is smooth on the pillow where you lie. But I don't sense no affection, no gratitude, no love. Your loyalty is not to me, but to the stars above. One more cup of coffee for the road. One more cup of coffee before I go. to the valley below. That's mostly the Jack White version, but it's actually Bob Dylan. Yeah, copper header gaskets. Someone else just mentioned those. Like I said, also very good. But I've never actually used them myself. I can go to the store and buy Remflex. I can't go to the store and just buy copper. I can get them somewhere, I'm sure. It's time for a haircut, I think. Your father, he's an outlaw and a warrior by trade. He'll teach you how to pick and choose and how to throw the blade. He oversees his kingdom so no man can intrude. His voice it shakes as he calls out for another plate of food. One more cup of coffee for the road. One more cup of coffee before I go to the valley below. There you go, I guess. Aurelio Luna, any new footage on the Dakota RT? No, I've just been driving it, but I'm trying to trade it for that ramp truck. So, yeah. Huh. Jay was somehow unsubscribed from my channel. Keeps happening. I don't know why, but anyway, I did see your hey earlier on, so there you go. You really shouldn't have to be subscribed to comment either. 62 Lancer on the list of Craig, two-door hardtop in Sacramento for $2,500. Oh, sounds pretty sweet. Anyway. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right, then. Good move, Hansossel. Good move. Solid. Yeah, just use Type F, Ken. That's what I always use. Works really well. Well, Ram truck needs stacks. No question. Obviously. I was talking to my friend Byron the other day, and he said, 1 stack. And I said, but 2 stacks. And he said, yeah, 1 stack. Maybe. Anyway, we'll figure that out. That's definitely in my dream Ram truck collection as well. All right, folks. Well, my voice is all shot. And it's about 10 minutes past that time. So I want to thank you very much for hanging out. Always brightens my Sunday. It's a super fun, happy party time. I'm going to go eat or something. Yeah. Old Hamburger Dan's cup of coffee. Why? I ain't know that one. Okay. Thanks for being here. Thanks for liking and doing the things. And commenting and watching and subscribing. Oh, I didn't notice. I wish I had. I hit 31,000 subscribers during last week's live. Just like I hit 30 in the 2-week previous one. It's awesome. Anyway, super cool. So thanks for all your assistance with that, everybody. And Jay Collins doing great. He is currently in Maine. And I assume he'll be headed home starting soon. So anyway. All right. Later, everybody. Thanks again. Take it easy. Night, Larry. Have a good week, Chris, Ken, Robert. Catch you later. Bye-bye now.